it's been a wonderful 2016 flat and jump racing, but there's something magical about Leopardstown's Christmas meeting, and we come to the big one of day one here. The St. Stephen's Day feature, the Racing Post Novice Chase, and we have a humdinger of a contest for you. It is worth, what, €90,000 in a total prize, but it's a small, but it's a select field, headed by the Mouse Morris trained Bailey Cloud. He's a big price. He's a 100 to 1 if you shop around for this contest. But the mount of Mark Enright is number 1, Bailey Cloud. 2 is the horse trained down near Tremor and County Waterford, Identity Thief for Henry de Bromhead. Brian Cooper will do the steering. 3 is your favourite, Men for Ruby Walsh. 4, Ordinary World, Davy Russell. 5, Road to Respect is Sean Flanagan. 6, 3 Stars, David Mullins. And number 7 is Tully East in the colours of Barry Connell, already in the winners' enclosure down Rye with Fox Rock, trained by Ted. Alan Fleming trains this guy, and Dennis O'Regan is on board, Tom Lee.
Yeah, what a good race this is. Something has to give. Look at this. Min, Identity Thief and Tully East, all of them unbeaten over fences thus far. Of course, short on experience, high on potential. Min only found Altior too good at the Cheltenham Festival, and of course he was brilliant first time out over fences. But the same comment applies to Identity Thief, who's 2 from 2 at Punchestown, and he's won with a bit to spare on both occasions. What I would say is Willie Mullins, of course, he's won this 3 of the last 5 years, but, and this is unusual, this is a Grade 1 that Ruby Walsh has yet to win, principally because normally on this day, on Stephen's Day, of course, he's across the water at Kempton Park. His Mount Min is odds on, but this is a real stern test. Identity Thief, as I mentioned, very, very slick the last twice at Punchestown. This will be a proper test. Big gap in the betting to the others, so odds on Min, a little shade of odds against, around about 7 to 4 Identity Thief. Maybe with the sticky, drying ground, couple of slightly surprising results today. Maybe that's where the value lies. Maybe it's a race just to watch and enjoy. 5 to 1 Min for the Arkle as we speak. 8 to 1 Identity Thief. Could be very close.
Oh, it's a fabulous race. I think it's going to be. Let's hope that the 2 protagonists stay in the lead. Everybody does. In fact, Jonathan Burke has come to join us to look at this race. Jonathan, first of all, many thanks for coming. And look at that poor old leg. It's all strapped up. What, it was the Bar 1 meeting at Fairy House, and what did you break?
Yeah, it's been about 3 weeks ago now. Broke my fibula. So it's the smaller bone of the 2 in the lower leg. Perfect clean break. I was in a cast for 2 weeks. I know I'm fitted with a boot for 3, so it's usually disappointing to be missing Christmas, but that's the joys of the job. And they say it's a non-weight bearing bone, which sounds better. Yeah, it sounds better, but in saying that, it was still sore enough for the first while. But I've no pain as such at the minute. But I'm probably looking at about another month out. So. It's a pity, but it's the way it is. Well, I tell you what, I mean, it's it comes with the job, but it is tough, and your sympathies, you have them from us. It's a tough one. What about this race now? I mean, we're looking at Min, we're looking at Identity Thief. Who would you like to be on? It's a marvellous race. Obviously, it's going to be a great match between the 2. Min is quite a free-going sort. Identity Thief likes to be up there too, and both of them have jumped well on their starts defense on their starts to chasing, so it's going to be a marvellous contest to watch.
What would you ride? Have a choice, one or the other. I was very impressed with Min in Navan. I followed him round, and he was very, very impressive. And Willie's improved from race to race. He had a huge reputation as a hurdler last year, and if he can make the transition to chasing and improve again. Road to Respect we're looking at here, the Chestnut 22 to 1 shot, and Sean Flanagan rides for Noel Meade, and it is big odds bar the 2, because the 2 that we're talking about, Identity Thief and Min, on hurdling form, well, there was about seven pounds between them or so. There's Tully East, a 16 to 1 shot. This horse has a chance. I mean, should have been, if he got in front a long ways out in Cheltenham in the Fred Winter, the Martin Pie Pearl, and let him down over the last and finished 4th. He's a classy horse. He loves jumping. He was very good at thirds. I could see him, if the others weren't up, he could definitely be third, but he could be on their tails as well. Ordinary World was only beaten a length by Identity Thief, last time out. That wasn't too bad a performance at Punchestown. No, good run. I thought Identity Thief that day wasn't as good as he can be. Maybe for some reason or other he didn't. Super on his chasing debut. Super on his chasing debut, and he's a classy horse. But Henry's horses are in good order. They all run well. Ordinary World, Henry has 3 of them here. He also has 3 stars. I mean, the one thing I thought about Min, Jonathan, at Navan was how strong he was from the last. I mean, he absolutely powered up that hill, and I think a horse that does that at Navan is always a pretty good one.
He's the 5-4 favourite.
Just as a bit more to do now than beating Ed Wolf to beat these here.
Bailey Cloud's got bags of experience. He's won 2 of his 9 starts over fences at Tremor and Killarney. There's number 2. There's Identity Thief. There's the 15-8 second favourite. Well, and you know, he won a fighting 5th, Jonathan.
He did. Maybe overall his hurdle form might be a bit stronger than Min, but it's going to be a fascinating race now with the 2. As all of Henry's horses, they all jump great, and he's surely going to be keeping tabs on Min.
Son of Cave Tara, bred the right way. Henry's horses, as we've said, in great order and carrying the Jigginstown house colours. Brian Cooper aboard. Number 1, Bailey Cloud, Mark Enright. And we can have a look at the 2 protagonists. We'll have a look at Min first of all at Navan, and I just love the way he went to the line. But Ted, he was always in control.
Yeah, he was always in control. I mean, he's dominated from a long ways out. He's jumped well, travelled well, and made no semblance of mistake anywhere. Gets up well in front, which is a good sign. He's able to shorten up and get up well. You would expect him to beat these horses with his high rating over hurdles, and he's done it well. There's nothing you couldn't fault this in any make or shape. Horse having his first one over fences. Navan are good fences. He pops the last as well. Doesn't take any chances, and he quickens up well. Just last year, he went to Shelton with a good reputation as well. Now, I know a very good horse beat him, but he put up no sort of a fight against Valitor. You know, he just dismissed him. You know.
Yeah.
I think it might be significant. I mean, Willie said at Cheltenham that's as good as he is. He was absolutely swallowed up by Altior, and he's done nothing wrong since. He's going to be a real handful in the racing in the Arkle. Identity Thief was very, very impressive when he won his first race. He only won about 15 lengths. Now, we don't see much of him here, and he only beats Ordinary World by a length or so at the line, but he's well on top. What can we...
He jumped very well down the back.
Yeah.
Well, he passed a few even, maybe you wouldn't know.
You know, he was very good down the back. Yeah, he's gone away. I don't know how much but he had plenty. He had enough to go away and beat him well. And the horse that's third has run a good race in Limerick just a while ago there as well too. But he's a classy horse.
I'll tell you what, we're going to learn a lot more from Henry de Bromhead than we are talking about him. Here he is with Tracy.
Yeah. Yes, I'm just catching up here with. We were just talking about the fog at Punchestown when Identity Thief won. But he had one day in the fog and one day out of the fog.
Absolutely.
But both times he did it very, very well, Henry.
Yeah, he did. He won really well the first day, and then the second day he was against another horse of ours, Ordinary World,
who's in this as well.
Who's in this also, who's a very nice horse in his own right. And he beat him. Brian was happy with him, but Ordinary World's a fairly decent horse as well, and he jumps very quick and real 2-mile chasing type. Yeah.
So this is set up to be a fantastic race because there's Min in it as well, and a lot of people talking about him. But of course, Identity Thief, he won the fighting 5th. I mean, he's a real talented horse.
Yeah, absolutely. He had some great runs last year. He was second to Nichols Canyon here at Christmas, and he was second to Vroom Vroom Mag at Punchestown. So, you know, he's probably his most disappointing run for me was the Champion Hurdle last year. He got a little bit lost. But, he's a super horse, and he seems to have taken the fence as well, and this will tell us more, you know.
We'll learn a lot today. Best of luck to you, Henry.
Thanks a million.
Great to see you. Thank you.
Runners gathering down at the start. 7 runners for this handsome prize, €90,000 to be spread about. The Racing Post Novice Chase won a year ago by Duvan, and Gordon Elliott leading the Trainers' Championship by 400,000 odd or so, and he'll be expecting Willie to come all guns blazing through this Christmas festival, and that's exactly how things look. Handsome prize won already down in Limerick. We can hear now from Brian and Tom down the betting ring. Any movement down your way, guys?
Odds on men 5-4 on. You can get 7-4 Identity Thief from 2-1.
Yeah, 7-4 from 2-1. I think one very important point to make, Brian. Look at their hurdles ratings. Identity Thief rated £5 superior. 159 plays 154. Maybe again that just reiterates the fact that there could be a smidgen of value. 7-4 from 2-1. But I think it'll be very, very close. 2 quality horses. Will we see an Arkle contender for March?
What I've seen so far of our novices here, they're all good novices. We'll have to see a real clear-cut performance by one or two of these to take on Nicky's horse in the Arthur. Would you not think so, Robert?
From what we've seen,
yeah.
But it's very early days. I mean, these horses, you know, okay, Identity Thief has had 2 runs, Min's only had the 1. We're going to learn a lot more by the time January's out of the way, do you know? If we get this sort of weather. Wonderful, wonderful ground, I'd say.
Sally Ann is down there. Are you, Sally Ann?
Just down here at the 2 mile 1 furlong start. So they've just over a lap to do in this Racing Post Novice Steeplechase, this Grade 1. Horses are just coming back up towards us. They all cantered down nice and quietly. Min was a little bit keen with Ruby Walsh. They're just jumping off now.
Off and running, 11 fences ahead of them in this Grade 1 Racing Post Novice Chase. Identity Thief and Min, the 2 market leaders. At the head of affairs as they near the first. Left of the picture is 3 Stars. And they're all safely over and coming up to pass the stands. Min in the pink. Identity Thief is in 2nd spot. They're followed by 3 Stars. Bailey Cloud is nearest the stands in the green. Behind them on the inside is Road to Respect. They're followed by Ordinary World, and bringing up the rear is the Thurles winner, Tully East. On towards fence number 2, Min and Ruby Walsh from Identity Thief and Brian Cooper in 2nd, 3 Stars. David Mullins in 3rd. On his outside is Bailey Cloud and Mark Enright. Then comes Road to Respect, Sean Flanagan. And then the stripes of Ordinary World and Davy Russell and Tully East and Dennis O'Regan are in rear. On towards the 3rd. Min the leader from Identity Thief. 3 Stars is next. Widest is Bailey Cloud. Then Road to Respect on the inside. So he rides to the 3rd, Min, Identity Thief. And on the outside is Bailey Cloud. They're followed by 3 Stars. Next on the inside is Road to Respect. They're followed by Ordinary World, and bringing up the rear is Tully East as they swing towards the first of 6 fences they meet in the back straight. Min the leader by a length and a half to Identity Thief, who's just over a length in front of Bailey Cloud, who shows in 3rd place. Then comes Road to Respect on the inside, the white cap. Alongside is 3 Stars, then Ordinary World. Tully East brings up the rear. Min the leader. Identity Thief was slow there. Dropped back a couple of places as they go on towards the 2nd one down the far side. Min, Bailey Cloud, Identity Thief moving up again on the outside. Then comes Road to Respect and 3 Stars, and they're followed by Ordinary World and Tully East. At the next plain fence, Min the leader by about half a length to Bailey Cloud. Identity Thief's over in 3rd. Again a bit slow and drops back a few places as they go on towards the next fence, which is the first of the 2 ditches. And Min is the leader, and Identity Thief, something's gone amiss there. He's been pulled up. Identity Thief out of the race as Min leads from Bailey Cloud, Road to Respect, 3 Stars and Ordinary World. And finally Tully East as they race on towards the next, which will be 5 from home. Min is the leader, being followed in 2nd by Bailey Cloud. Then Road to Respect towards the inside. They're followed by Ordinary World and 3 Stars, and finally Tully East. And there's Identity Thief dismounted by Brian Cooper as they race towards the next. This is the 4th last, and Min shows the way to Bailey Cloud on the inside. Road to Respect. Ordinary World is just behind them, and then comes Tully East trying to improve on the inside of 3 Stars as they go towards the last in the back straight. The final ditch, the 3rd last fence, and it's Min the leader from Bailey Cloud in 2nd, Road to Respect in 3rd. Then the stripes of Ordinary World, Tully East in the predominantly yellow colours, alongside 3 Stars. Min the leader from Bailey Cloud in 2nd. They're followed by Road to Respect. Ordinary World tracks them 2.5 lengths away, Tully East, and finally 3 Stars is only about 6 lengths covering them as they come down to the 2nd last. Min is the leader from Bailey Cloud on the outside. Road to Respect, Ordinary World, then Tully East, and then comes 3 Stars as they race to the home turn. Min the leader from Bailey Cloud, Road to Respect, Ordinary World in 4th. The break then to 3 Stars and Tully East as they straighten up for the final fence in the Racing Post Novice Chase, and Min out in front. He's taken a couple of lengths more out of them now. Road to Respect's in 2nd, then comes Bailey Cloud, Ordinary World down the outside as they come to the final fence. It's Min the leader. Min over and clear, pecked by Road to Respect, being pressed for 2nd by Ordinary World as they race into the closing stages. Min, he's made most and he's cleared. Good performance from the favourite as they race up to the line. Another for Ruby Walsh and Willie Mullins as Min wins very easily indeed. Ordinary World is 2nd, Road to Respect 3rd, Bailey Cloud cleared of 3 Stars, and finally Tully East.
A real good performance, Ted and Jonathan.
Yeah, it was. It's just a pity Identity Thief pulled up down the back because it could turn into a sort of a contest then. But this horse jumped absolutely super, didn't he, Jonathan? All the way.
It was beautiful. He was the
last one he paddled a little bit.
That's the only one maybe idling a bit, but he was brilliant. Absolutely foot perfect.
Yeah, and travelled well, great cruising speed, and done everything right. When he was long, he was very good. When he was short, he was very good. He must give a man a great feel in his back because he's giving you all the right vibes going to a fence, isn't he?
Absolutely. You see him off the bend here, the way he quickens up. Just
paddled a little bit through this. You watch him there now. That's the only one he kind of paddled through, but he was quick as fire. He never looked like he was going to tip up or anything. And away he goes. Ordinary World, Bailey Cloud, and Road to Respect. Run exactly like they would do, the three of them together, if the Min wasn't around. But Min is in a different league. He opens up 8 or 10 lengths and goes right away and wins well. Impressed, Brian?
Absolutely. As you said, disappointing Identity Thief. Pulled up injured, took a little bit of the gloss off it, but you'd have to be really impressed with this horse. Guessed at the last head?
Just kind of half banked it a little bit, didn't he?
I wouldn't even call it a guess.
No, I wouldn't. No, I knew what he was doing now. He didn't guess. He hit it with a bit of determination. You know what I mean? But he done it really well.
He looks a proper horse.
He does. He looks a great leopard. That's what he does now. He's definitely a better chaser than he was a hurler, and he's settled well over. Jonathan was just saying how relaxed he was even early on. You know what I mean? He's a smart horse now. He had a big reputation last year before he ran. Ruby's delighted with him.
He must have been giving Ruby
some feel.
I think he was right. His first winner. He must have given him some feel.
He must have been giving some feel.
You know, he's delighted with him.
No better feeling than riding a good 2-mile chaser here.
Let's have a chat with Robert. You've got Willie Mullins. Was he impressed?
I have indeed, Willie. Were you impressed? I mean, we didn't learn as much as we might have, but we do know you've got a very good horse.
Well, I learned a lot, anyhow.
Tell us what.
He left the rest of them for dead. Jumping is the name of the game. He jumped from fence to fence, and anything that tried to lay up on me, they just couldn't handle it.
He's some horse now, isn't he? I mean, he's come on so much from last season.
He probably is what we hoped, or people hoped he would be over hurdles last year. And, fences seem to have brought out the best in him.
You've got a lot of talent in there in this age group.
Have we?
Well, I mean, you know, we saw Bells Hill. We saw Bells Hill. We know about York Hill as well.
Very good down in Limerick, and York Hill didn't do anything wrong the last day. And I suppose you're right, American Tom. Yeah.
And 2 miles probably for this season, do you think? Or
I wouldn't say you need to go more when I can see what he does, the way he jumps. I mean, he just puts horses away. So we'll stick at that trip, I think.
And Willie, the Empire fighting back again. It's a great meeting, isn't it?
Thanks.
So Ruby Walsh back in. Well done, Jonathan. That was a really good performance.
Yeah, it was a lovely performance. I'd say man on his back got the right vibes off him every step of the way. He's ridden a lot of good leopards over the years, and he was giving them the right feel. He jumped super. He travelled like a dream. He never put a foot astray. He said the only one he rushed through was the last, but he didn't even get underneath it. He hit it with a bit of determination. He knew what he was doing, and he's a smashing chaser, smasher.
He'll get a performance here. Jonathan Burke had to leave us. We wish him a speedy recovery. He'll be back riding winners before too long. One of our bright young stars, Jonathan Burke. But Ruby Walsh and Willie Mullins, it's normal service resumes at Leopardstown Stevens Day. That's 3 on the day, Ted. They're in sparkling form.
Yeah, Willie sure always arrives here with a big army there, and again gearing them up with Cheltenham in mind in the big occasion. They're good horses, brilliantly trained, and as I said to Robert earlier on, a host of good lads riding them. You've Paul Townend down the south, Ruby here, David and Danny Mullins, David Casey at home, Patrick there when you want him as well too, Mikey Fogarty. I mean, it's an army, and it's a good army. Like a man in Toppins knows what he's doing and has the ammunition and the outfit.
Bells Hill and Haymount first and second day ran good races.
Oh, great. And Bells Hill was very impressive.
Yeah, quick and well.
Oh, brilliant. And it's amazing. Bells Hill will be going for the 3 mile. Willie decided not to come here for 3 miles so early in the year. He thinks he'd learn more going 2.5 or 2.3 at Limerick.
It wouldn't be the biggest surprise, Patrick Mullins riding Haymount in the 4 mile.
No, I just said that. No, it would not.
Or maybe coming back for an Irish national. Jumps well, doesn't he?
Yeah, it wouldn't be a big surprise at all. You know what I mean? I don't no sign of Rich Ritchie here today. He's probably at home, and he's
looking. We're going to be off air, but talk to me your opinion of the King George. If you were riding, would you ride Q Card or Thistlecrack?
I think Thistlecrack will 8 him. Do you? 8 him.
Become the first novice as Captain Christie.
Well, yeah, but I think he will. Now, Robert thinks the Q Card will give him. Well, don't you, Rob?
Sorry. Yeah. Oh, I'm with Q Card. I'm with Q Card all the way. No doubt at all. I'm so looking forward to it, though. It's going to be wonderful.
Yeah.
We'll be able to see it. We'll show a recording tomorrow here on our team.
Well, but the great thing is that everybody can watch Leopardstown and then you can go across to Campton, But it's I'm not quite sure. I mean, Thistlecrack, we've seen him 3 times, and I just wasn't all that convinced, certainly at Cheltenham. I mean, everybody says what a wonderful engine and this and that and the other, but Q-Card, we know, is a very, very tough animal, and I think he'll really put it up.
Well, for sure, Colin Tizzer could have run Thistlecrack in the Feltham, the Contender Feltham, and he won it with a 33-1 shot Royal Vacation. That man is on fire, Ted.
Yeah.
Colin Tizard.
Well, a great day's racing we've had here. As I said, Willie and Ruby and Sparkling Form, a treble up, and a lot of good horses to look forward to, a lot of good horses to come. I thought York Hill was very good there a couple of weeks ago at Fairyhouse, a very good novice of last season, a better novice than this fella, and plenty of ammunition to come along the way.
It's going to be exciting. Altior and
he's by Walk in the Park, the stallion that everybody wants to
down in Grange stud with Albert Shower who's by Monjou, out of Classic Park, of course, who won a Guineas for the Burns family. And this Walk in the Park, Duvan, he's a serious sire. Well done, Ruby Walsh. You were impressed. We can see coming to the line. He gave you some buzz.
Yeah, he started quicking off the bend, and when he started the length, I was thinking, God, I mustn't have gone quick enough the way he was kicking through the gear, so I said I better keep going. Then all of a sudden I realised that I was absolutely flying and we're heading for the last, and I was clear. And I kind of lay on his neck to say, go on, if you want to go, come, and if you want to shorten. And he came, and he put his 2 front ones on top of it, but he snapped them off it again like an event horse. I thought he was mustard now.
We give you a great feel. Talk us through this.
Yeah, you see there, he just paddled on top, but I love the way he did it. Just it was the acceleration. I didn't think we'd gone slow, but...
And he did it with purpose.
He did, conviction.
Yeah.
You know,
there was no half-hearted about it. He just went and done it.
Me a Cato the way he done it. Like,
yeah.
If I'm bringing it with me, I'll bring it with me with conviction.
And is that what you were expecting coming racing?
No.
Seriously?
No, I wasn't. I didn't know what to expect of him, really.
Why?
He'd been working grand without burning up the gallop, but I suppose he was that way last year too, and... look... I thought Bapom had improved enough to beat the juveniles that we thought Bunk Off Early was going well. I just wasn't sure about Min, and I think that said, the ground was definitely drier than I thought it was going to be. And I was impressed with him. I didn't think I went slow. He jumped super. I loved the way he quickened up.
His novice hurdle form was good, but he looks a better chaser.
Yeah, his novice hurdle form was good. Obviously just found Altior too good, but when you look at that, Bouvardor was third. Bouvardere even, he was third. So it is strong form. You know, and he's an easier horse to ride over fences. He was a bit run-away-ish over hurdles where he has a look over fences where he's going, and he's a bit more manageable. But I was happy with him in Navan, but he impressed me today.
How does he fit into the novice chase team?
I don't know. I should have to go home and have a look and put him in where he suits us. But I'd imagine with the pace he shows that he wouldn't need to be going much further at the minute, even though he probably could.
It's going to be a fascinating week. It's not normally we have you here Stephen's Day for the last 10-12 years we've been at Kempton.
I was here to ride Champagne Fever. I think that was probably 3 years ago in the novice chase when Paul Nolan's horse beat him. But other than that, I'd say 2002, maybe 3.
Great to be at Leopardstown. As a family man, we were chatting to Robert and Ted momentarily before you joined us. When we come off our Thistlecrack Q-Card, you've said in the Irish Examiner what you would ride. It's interesting.
Yeah, look, I think it's purely the shape of the race.
You're going to go ride Thistlecrack?
I would, yeah. In an average King George of normal years with 12 sort of runners, I would definitely be favouring Q-Card. But that experience gone out the window in a 5-runner race.
I asked John Frankham on Christmas Eve what would he ride, and he said Q-Card. Interesting difference.
Yeah, but look, it's all about opinion. I just think that if you wanted to be 5th in a normal King George, it means you have to line up in the front rank and go forward and attack the 2 fences. If Tom Schoolmore wants to sit 5th today, he can walk out the gate last and pop down over the first 2. It just, the whole dynamic of the race changes with only 5 runners. It becomes more of a cat and mouse tactical affair. Normal King George is helter-skelter, out the gate and go, and you have to be positive and aggressive to claim a position in the first 5 or 6 early in a normal King George. Today, Tom School doesn't have to do that. He can let Thistlecrack warm up, get jumping and get into the race. He won't have traffic in front of him. To me, it's a completely different dynamic to the race, and for that reason I'd ride Thistlecrack.
Just 2 more questions if I may. It's Stephen's Day and people love the atmosphere of Leopardstown Christmas, no different to your good self. What are you looking forward to for the week if you were to pick 1 or 2 of it? Obviously in the Lexus you'll be on Jack Adam.
Duvan tomorrow. He'll be the highlight of tomorrow's card. Could have went either way in the novice hurdle. I don't know if I'm on the right one. Same in the Paddy Power. I haven't, shooting in the dark a bit, but Duvan, Jack Adam, Vroom Vroom Mag, Nichols Canyon. We've plenty of ammunition to fire, and we've a few good maidens coming here and going to Limerick as well. So
one will do. They're asking me at home, sitting down the armchair, the punters for Christmas. 1 from Ruby Walsh.
Looking at bunk off fairly today, there's a fighter going to Limerick on Thursday called Cockin, man. He'll be hard to beat.
I did ask him. Join us after the break.
Well, we will take a short break, but not before we've availed of confirmation of the result for the first Grade 1 of the season here at Leopardstown, the Racing Post Novice Chase, and won in absolutely scintillating fashion by number 3 on your card, Min. Prior to today, Ruby Walsh had never won this race. My goodness, he has now. 4-5, your winner. Second, number 4 was Ordinary World at 25-1. The third horse, Road to Respect, number 5 at 20-1. I watched the race in the company of Hayley O'Connor of Ladbrokes. She just laughed and said, unbelievable. That firm responding 5-1 previously for the Arkle, now 5-2 Min for the Arkle at Cheltenham in March. So much to look forward to. The same applies to today here at Leopardstown. One more absolute cracker coming up for you live on RTE2. That'll be at 2:55 just after this short break.